12 жасқа толған балаларға арналған.
Армысыз көрермен, эфирде кофе брейк бағдарламасы, кофе брейктің жүргізушісі мен Әсел Қанатқызы. Бүгін кофе брейктің қонағы Брайн мырза. Брайн мырза осы уақыт аралығында қандай Қазақстан туралы қандай пікір қалыптастырды екен, оны бірге сұрап білейік. Бұл мистер Брайн ақшта дүниеге келіп, Грузия еліне қоныс аударды, ал қазіргі таңда Қазақстанда тұрады. Қазақ еліне келгеніне 9 жыл болды. Қазақ жастары рухты, намысшыл, мықты дейді. Бүгінгі таңда жаһандық перспектива жайында дәріс беріп, әлемдік проблемаларды шешу жолында талмай қызмет етуде. Өмірлік ұстанымы шәкірттеріме позитивті көңіл-күй сыйлап, оларды қолдау дейді. Оқушыларыма үлгілі тұлға болу менің мақсатым дейді мистер Брайн. Hello, Mr. Brайн. How are you?
Well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Asel.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, we can start our interview.
Okay.
Are you ready to ask my question?
I am.
Okay, I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, we can start. 5 most important questions for expats.
Okay.
You know, how long have you been here?
This is my 9th year living in Kazakhstan.
Is it?
Yeah. So I lived in Simi first, and then this is my 5th year living in Aktau.
Oh, okay. Okay, next question. What brings you here?
I came here to work at Nazarbayev Intellectual School, so I was hired by them. I came here for that reason, and I like it so much, I just have to live here.
What are you doing here?
I teach global perspectives at Nazarbayev Intellectual School in Aktau, and I also advise the Model United Nations program there. So I teach kids about global issues and how to solve them, how to create solutions for things like climate change, gender equality, or poverty or things like this.
Okay. How's your Kazakh language?
I don't know any Kazakh, unfortunately.
Seriously?
Seriously, because I teach at school, and so all my students speak in English, and when I meet local people, they want to practice English with me, and so
it's enough
it's a bad
for
excuse.
You, yeah? Okay.
It's a bad excuse, but it's my only one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like it here?
I do. Yeah, I like it here. I like the sea. I like the warm weather. People are nice and friendly, and it's a small town, but not too small.
Did you have language barriers and culture shocking, or?
I think when I first came, I did, but after a while, I adapted. Culture shock was not so bad because the year before I lived in Georgia. I lived with a local family, and so the transition was not from my home country to Kazakhstan. It was from Georgia to Kazakhstan. So it made it a little bit easier because I'd already lived abroad for a year, and I had been used to not hearing my local language and not having the same cultural traditions as my own.
My first question is about you.
Okay.
Can you introduce yourself? Where are you?
Yeah, sure. My name is Brian, and I'm from the United States of America, and I live in Georgia. And I taught in Georgia for 4 years, and then I volunteered abroad before coming to Kazakhstan in 2013. And since then, I've been teaching at Nazarbayev Intellectual School.
Are you married?
I'm not.
You are not married?
I'm not.
Your first impression in here?
After
airport.
Yeah, it was just the history, like the cultural, like everything is, you can tell it's from a different time, a different era. It's very historic. Lots of history with the statues and the things around town, like a Babai and different people that had an impact on, the country. So I think from a historical standpoint, it was very interesting to me. And I lived in Simi, which is famous for Dostoevsky, the author, which I studied literature in university, and so Russian literature was very interesting for me. So,
how about the Kazakh literature?
I've only read Abay because I can't find Kazakh literature in English. So if I find it in English, I'll be happy to read.
We need to translate it,
Yes,
yeah?
exactly.
Okay. What did you know about Kazakhstan?
Before I came? Nothing. I didn't know anything about it. I mean, I knew it existed. I knew where it was, but I didn't know specifics. So when I was asked to come here, part of the reason that I came was because I didn't know anything about it. And I wanted to experience something that I didn't have friends who had ever been. I didn't have a family who had traveled to Central Asia. So I had no idea what it was like. I had no idea who the president was. I did all my research before I came, and yeah, it was a good fit. But before I left, I had no idea.
Okay.
So when I go home, I tell all my friends about what it's like and the things I've experienced here. Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask about traditional food, traditional Kazakh food.
Yeah.
Have you tried before?
I have not, because I don't eat meat. And I don't eat animal products, so it's very difficult, not only for Kazakhstan, but when I travel. I've been to many countries, and I think the hardest part is that I want to try traditional foods to say that I've experienced the culture. But because I don't eat meat and I don't eat animal products, it's very difficult to take part in those kind of traditions.
I want to know about new generation.
Students.
Yeah, students. Generation Z?
Yeah, sure.
Your opinion about?
Well, they're the future. Yeah, like that's why I do what I do. I mean, I go to work every day to work with them because I want them to have the knowledge, have experiences where when they're in the position, they have the opportunity that they can leave their mark and they can be leaders in the community and leaders in Aktau and leaders in Kazakhstan. I have many students who are very knowledgeable, very passionate about making changes and helping to improve not only Kazakhstan but the world. And so I feel very positive, I think, about the generation overall. And I'm just trying to do my part to maybe impact them and help them so that they're ready to follow their dreams and take over whenever it's time to do so.
Okay, how we can motivate them?
I think through support. I think it's the main thing is that support from home. It's not enough to have teachers that support them at school, but they need to have parents that support them, people in the community that support them, so that they feel like if they make a mistake, they have people that will help them, people that can give them advice, people that will cheer them on when they do well and encourage them when they don't. So I think the main way we can help them is through support and also through setting positive examples for them.
Have you studied before the education system of Kazakhstan?
I haven't. I didn't know anything about the education system until I came here. And to be honest, my only experience is working at MANGYSTAүү Intellectual School. I have visited local schools before, but only very briefly. I've never taught there. So I only know about the NIS system, and it's the curriculum and the lessons that we use are not national. They're British curriculum. You know? Yeah. So the things that I teach are from the British curriculum and guidelines, not the Kazakhstan guidelines, if that makes sense. Like the class I teach is not offered in local schools. It's only at NIS. It's like global perspectives. They don't teach that in local schools. So it's a little bit different than the students at our school have different classes and maybe different opportunities than students at local schools do.
Okay. How would inspire our teachers?
I think just by example. I try to do the best I can to show them.
How do you think? I think we need to change our teaching program. How do you think about it?
I mean, we're trying
Firstly, we need to research, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, research our teachers, how to change the program, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think research is definitely part of it. We need to research and make sure that we're using the best practices, making sure that we're doing things in the classroom that best serves the students because they're the number one priority. Taking examples from other cultures, other education systems, and seeing what they do, finding the data that says if you do this, it's going to help the students more, and maybe trying to use these kinds of methods, resources in our classrooms. I think that's a good place to start. Yeah.
What's your importance of life for you?
For me?
Yeah.
I just try to be a positive role model for my students. I care about the environment, I care about other people, I care about my family back home and people in Kazakhstan. So I just try to set the example by living sustainably and trying to help the planet and trying to, you know, do the small things that everyone can do that's going to have an impact, whether it's recycling plastic or eating healthy foods or, you know, trying to walk to the shop instead of taking a taxi or the bus. So it's environmentally friendly. I try to teach good lessons and do things at my job that help them and inspire them so they can live positive lives as well. So these are the things that are important to me.
What do you think about Kazakh people?
I think they're very friendly and they're very open to. I mean, I've been here 9 years. I've never had any Kazakh people that's treated me negatively. I've never had people that was rude or unkind to me because of my nationality. So I can only say positive things. I've been to a few different places in Kazakhstan, and everywhere I go, the people are very curious about where I'm from. They want to know, what do I think about Kazakhstan? What do I think about, you know, comparing my country to their country? So I can say they're very kind people and very curious people that I've met.
Okay. I want to know about your hometown. More information about it.
So my town's very small, and my parents live on a farm that used to be owned by my grandparents. So we live in the nature, lots of trees in the forest and things like this, about 20 minutes from the city in a rural area. And I don't know, it's very relaxing, I can say, relaxing place. I go home about once a year, only in the summer to visit, and then the rest of the time I'm here in Aktau working.
How long?
How long do I go home?
Yeah.
About 1 or 2 months. So for the summer holidays, I'll go home, I'll visit friends and family, then I return in September for school.
So, thank you, Mr. Brайн.
Thank you very much.
For interview. I'm so happy to see you, to talk with you. I think it will be a good interview for our television viewers. Can you wish our television viewers?
Sure. Wishing everyone in Kazakhstan and in Aktau a Happy New Year, health and happiness.
Құрметті көрермен, бүгінге осы кофе бректің келесі экспаты кім болар екен, оны бірге көрейік. Let's go.